Alright, welcome back 8th grade. So in the last video we talked about linear, quadratic, and exponential functions. In this video we're going to tie in what we've learned about linear, quadratic, and systems from chapter 6. And so we're going to go through in one lesson how to find our answers using graphing, how to find our answers from substitution, and by elimination. So I am going to make them into 3 separate in case at any point you just want to go back to that one example and you don't have to go searching for it. So just real quick, we have our types of solutions because we're going to be doing linear with quadratic. So if my line goes through the parabola twice, that's going to give us 2 solutions. We could have a 1 solution, or we could have no solutions. Meaning that they don't cross at all, ever. And so we're going to have one of these options, 2, 1, or none. Alright, so our first is by graphing. So we want, what are the solutions to the system, solved by graphing. The easiest one to graph is going to be our linear, right? That's where we have our m equals, our b equals. So our m is a -1, our b is a 2. And so I'm going to go and I'm going to plot my b at 2, and then I'm going to go down 1 over 1 and continue going down 1 over 1. I'm also going to go up 1, left 1, just to give myself some more points here, hopefully to make it to draw so that I can draw an even straighter line. We'll see. Yeah, sure. We'll say that that's straight. I will tell you, on my paper it looks much prettier. I just can't, on my drawing tablet, I'm not great at drawing. Alright, so that's our linear graph. Now, for our quadratic, remember we need to find our vertex. And in order to find our vertex, we're going to do that opposite of b over 2a. And so I'm going to get, if it helps, write your ABCs. A is 1, B is -1, and C is -2. And so then we have opposite of B would be a +1 over 2 times 1, which leaves us with 1/2. So that's our x value, right? So in our vertex, if we were to make our table, right, x, y, our vertex is going to start at a 1/2. Now to find my y value, I'm going to plug 1/2 into my equation. So y equals 1/2 squared minus 1/2 minus 2. And so what I'm going to get is 1/4, because we're going to square top, square bottom, minus 1/2 minus 2. I am going to change these all into fourths, so I have 1/4 minus 2/4 minus 8/4. So 1/4 minus 2/4 is a -1/4, minus 8/4 will give us a -9/4, because negative we add them together. So our vertex is at a negative, or is at 1/2 comma -9/4. Right, so that's our vertex. 1/2. Let's see if I can actually draw. No, go back. Draw today. There we go. 1/2 comma -9/4. Alright, now what we also know is that this is our C value, right? That C value is our y-intercept, so that's at 0, -2. And since that's over here, I'm going to pick another point. We'll make it, what did I pick? A -1. And so if I choose -1 as my x value, then I just plug it in. 1 squared minus 1 minus 2. So that gives me 1 squared minus 1 minus 2. 1 minus 1 is 0, which gives us a negative 2. I went on the wrong side, but... Alright, so we're at negative 1, negative 2. I made a mistake. I knew that didn't seem right. Alright, I chose negative 1, but then I plugged in 1 here, right? These should be negative 1s, not 1s. So negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 1 is a plus 1 minus 2. So then I would have 2 minus 2, which is 0. That works much better and matches what I have on my graph that I've already done. Alright, so I know that I have a vertex at 1/2. Negative 9/4, which would be 2 and 1/4. So approximately here in the middle of that box. We know we have a point at 0, negative 2, which is really close to that point we have right there. And then we have a point at negative 1, 0. Now, for the sake of trying to actually cross this line, I'm going to also plug in negative 2. So if I do negative 2 squared minus a negative 2 minus 2, then I'm going to get 4 plus 2 minus 2, which is, oops, I had 4 in the brain, which is going to be 6 minus 2, which equals 4. So at negative 2, we would be at a positive 4. So now I'm going to also graph that one, negative 2, positive 4. And then from here, I'm going to count. So I'm going... My axis of symmetry is best down halfway down this box here, and I'm going to count. It got a little wavy. From here I went 1, 2.5, so I'm going to go 1/2, 1, 2. My point right here was 1.5, so I'm going to go 1/2 and 1. And then we were a 1/2 point, so then a 1/2 point away. Oh, I wish it would stop doing that. Alright, now that I have these points, I'm going to do my best to draw a U shape. That's probably one of the better ones I have drawn on the writing tablet. And then we just look at where we cross. And so I'm going to circle them. And so our two solutions for this, find myself some space where I didn't already write, it's going to be at negative 2, 4 and 2, 0. And so those are going to be our two, again, those two places where our parabola and our line cross. So we have two solutions on this one because the line crosses directly through my parabola. In the next video, we will talk about finding our answer when we need to eliminate and how we can use the elimination method to solve. So I will see you there.